from family, and it's awfully nice to have such a full house and a lovely audience to play for this evening. We've come on the invitation of my grandparents. Is it okay to mention a very special occasion on Friday? My mother had a very significant birthday on Friday, and so that meant, okay, yes. And what was very special was my sister. This is my sister Shannon Creary. She lives in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and she came home and it was a surprise. Yeah, it was a surprise for my mom and dad, and for her to be home. And Graham thought it lovely if Mom and I and Lydia, this is my daughter Lydia, could play together. And she didn't know that Shannon was coming. And I said to Shannon, bring your viola. So tonight went from a trio to a quartet. So we're very happy to be with you. Thank you. And so between the four of us, we'll share some music that hopefully you'll inspire you to tap your toe, to clap your hands. And we'll take a little trip around the East Coast with a few stops in between. So we hope that you enjoy our night together. set of jigs, The Ship in Full Sail and The Lilting Fisherman. And these next two tunes are some of the first fiddle tunes that I learned as a child in school program, and it's called Devil's Dream, and then Mitten's Breakdown, which was written by Earl Mitten from Fredericton.
She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She is a cotton 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock on the door and they ring the bell. Oh my true love, are you well? Here she comes, as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Johnny Mary, she says she'll die if she doesn't get the boy with the robe. And I tell my mama when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She is a cotton 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she? that's alright when I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is a belle of Belfast City. She is a Gordon 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she? He's handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a Gordon 1, 2. Please won't you tell me who is she?
It is by now. We have the urn is in the house tonight. So this is a song that I wrote for my grandpie, and just great memories of being a little girl and dancing with grandpie at some weddings. Those were always the best kind. The ones where everyone would dance. It was neat. I was in Moncton on Friday, and with a large gathering of people, and there were some children in the audience, and they were up dancing, and it was so much fun just to watch them. And so, yeah, I wanted to express my love and appreciation to both of my grandparents who bought my violin for me when I was in high school, and I thought it would be fitting to write a waltz for my grandpie. So this is Ern's Waltz, The Banks of Newfoundland, River Reel, which is another little tune that I wrote, and Flowers of Edinburgh, which is my dad's favorite. And then we're finishing up with The Mouth of the Tobeak. The best part of the evening. That's when we don't play and Lydia does play. That's what we're all waiting for. That's why we have kids, right? So the spotlight can go towards them. And it used to be on Mom, and then it was on me, and now I'm happy it's going towards Lydia. So Lydia is going back to Wilfrid Laurier in Kitchener-Waterloo next Sunday to continue her studies in music, and she's entering into her second year playing cello. So she's going to bring a refinement to her evening tonight and play an excerpt from the first Bach suite. Okay, thanks, Lydia.
I'm going to use a special pedal I have. It's called a loop station that allows me to record myself, and then it will play whatever chord over and over again, so I can add layers to it and subtract layers from it. And it's sort of like having a few different clones of myself to play along with. So I'll demonstrate that now.
by yourself, doesn't it? Pretty neat, isn't it? Yeah. Nice. And Lydia wrote that tune too, so that's to be noted. That's lovely, honey. All right. I'm heading over here.
I cannot cross over, and neither have I wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row, my love and I. A ship there is, and she sails the sea. She's loaded deep, as deep can be, but not so deep as a love I need. I know not if I sink or swim. Must I go bound while you go free? Must I love a man who does not love me? Must I be born with so little art as to love a man who break my heart? When cockle shells turn sailor, return to
Song is Annie's song, made, I think it was written by John Denver, wasn't it? Yeah. So Annie's song.
Oh, sorry. I was waiting. Sorry.
For a number of years, kind of mid-career, on the Kingston Peninsula. And one of the things we used to teach the children in other classes was the history of the peninsula. It was settled the same time as St. John was. It was settled in 1783 by loyalists from Sandy Hook, Connecticut, and they got on the ship Union and came to St. John in June, and they chartered a sloop and came up the St. John River. And when they got into the Kingston Creek, they thought, this is the place for us. However, it was very, very desolate. It's very rocky, that particular area. And it was, of course, woods and so on, right to the shoreline. And the record that was kept said that the women and children did not refrain from tears. So, but by the fall, everyone had a shelter. The first thing they did was divide up the lots, and at the crossroads in Kingston made 4 lots, one for the church, one for the school, and one for the rectory, and I forget what the other one was for. They spent the first few weeks, of course, without shelter, and at one point, some natives came around the bend there at the end of Kingston Creek, and of course they were terrified. And just, of course, you can imagine, what do we do? And at that point where they were really beginning to panic, one of the natives in the canoe held up his hand and he said, "We all one brother," and brought the moose meat, which would be a tremendous gift for them. So lots of things about the peninsula. At one time it was a center for world shipbuilding, and ships from the peninsula sailed all around the world. And so one family, at least the Holder family, had several generations of seafaring people. And one of the largest family, all the boys went to sea and all the girls married seamen. And so I started off by writing a piece called Ode to the Kingston Peninsula for my choirs, and from there I ended up writing 32 pieces about the peninsula, all peninsula, all the time. And this is one of the early ones. This I wrote in 2003. I guess not that early, is it? And this is called Kingston Creek. A friend and I used to drive to work. I taught at Kingston School. And every morning we drove up the river to Kingston from our homes in Long Reach. Every day the river was different, and every day the river was beautiful. And you couldn't possibly arrive at work in any other mode but peaceful. And I just really, really appreciated that. Of course, when you went to work, you had to leave all your other troubles behind and not take them with you into the classroom. And Kingston Creek was a large part of that for me. And my voice kind of raspy, but anyway, this is Kingston Creek.
Okay, all right?
There's a beauty I find in this country. Every day is a gift from above. In Kingston, its hills and its valleys, the rivers and creeks that I love. My troubles seem lifted and lighter, and I find the peace that I seek when I see the mist rising on Kingston Creek. Sometimes I am tired and weary as I'm rising to face the cool dawn, but beauty and solace surround me in this land that is blessed by the sun. It rises on the Kennebecasis, it sets on the river St. John, and all through the day the people I love give thanks for the land it shines on. To live in the presence of beauty, to spend every day in such grace, my heart rises up and I give thanks to God for this comforting beauty of place. My troubles are lifted and lighter, and I find the peace that I seek when I see the mist rising on Kingston Creek. When the morning mist rises on Kingston Creek. Well, Friday afternoon, and my work's all done, and I can't think of leaving till 5 o'clock comes, but I've got my mind on something that calls me by my name. I'll be back to work on Monday, but this weekend I escape. I look out my office window. In the morning I'll rise early, take a stroll around the land. Then I'll sit and watch the sunrise with its gold on every hand. Go and have a cup of coffee with a neighbor for a while. It's a peaceful, easy feeling just to watch the world go by. I look out
one with any Murray blood in the room, we have one left, I think. So, Dad, we have a special guest featured on this next song. So make your way up here, Dad. This is a family favorite. All right. Now, isn't this a picture? Aren't they cute? Two of them? So would you like to use the mic, Dad? Maybe good, hey? This is Out on the Myra.
Oh, sorry, stop. I took that. No, I didn't. Excuse us for just 1 minute. Is that the C? There we go, right? Okay, sorry, folks.
Out on the Myra on warm afternoon, the old men go fishing with black line and spoon, and if they catch nothing, they never complain. I wish I was with them again.
As boys in their boats call to girls on the shore, teasing the ones that they dearly adore, and into the evening the courting begins. I wish I was with them again.
Can you imagine the peace of the universe more fit for princes or kings? I'll trade 10 of your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings.
Sorry, screwed up here, sorry. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine the peace of the universe more fit for princes and kings? I'll trade you 10 of your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. Out on the Myra, on people are kind, they'll treat you to homebrew and help you unwind. And if you are broken, they'll say that you mend. I wish I was with them again. Your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. Now I conclude with a wish you go well. Sweet be your dreams, may your happiness swell. I leave you here when my journey begins. I'm going to be with them. I'm going to be with them. I'm going to be with them again.
Every time we sing it differently. We can't keep, the old folks can't keep up with it.
Thanks so much, Dad. Well, I think we will conclude with just one more song, and thank you again. It's very kind of you to join us tonight. And this is Amazing Grace, and we'll feature the
cello and the viola and the violin.
If you enjoyed it as much as I did, let's give a better hand.